Hi everyone, Gabesta here with a Starcraft 2 commentary achievement guide. This guide is for one of the Outmatched achievements. This particular matchup is for the 2 versus 1 insane opponents. And there's probably a number of strategies that will get you this achievement, but for me I'm not a strong enough player to do it straight up. So what I found after much practicing and iteration was a strategy for using Protoss cannons and basically base rushing. So to do that you need a map with your opponents near each other, and Twilight Fortress actually works really well for this because as you'll see, if you don't already know, the mineral lines for both opponents are back to back, so your cannons can actually range into almost into the other mineral line. Not quite, but they can overrange so that any defenses that the opposite opponent brings will get blocked off. So the basic strategy here is I go up to 9 probes, build a pylon, very standard. Then I move out with my next probe that goes at 11 supply. I chrono boost as soon as possible. Then I keep probing up and hit up to 14 probes. That seems to be the magic number for me. And what this will allow is you'll reach the opponent's base with the probe you sent out to build when you have about 300 minerals. And this number is important because the insane AI, and actually very hard AI as well I believe, has a sort of a function as part of its intelligence that when you build buildings within its vision or within a certain distance from its base, it will automatically attack with SCVs to try to stop that from happening. To counteract it, you need to build multiple buildings, and the number depends on the difficulty. For insane AI, it has to be 3 buildings. You have to be building them very quickly, and there's kind of a little bit of luck to it. Sometimes if you don't queue them up quickly enough, the SCVs will trigger and they'll attack your probe and you won't be able to build because you'll be surrounded really quickly. So you might have to try it a couple times. As you can see there, I queued them up right in a row so that my probe would just start building from left to right, and that worked out pretty well. Once those are up, then you'll have enough minerals for at least 2 cannons, and that's really the key number. If you did the timing correctly, then they should only have 1 to 2 Marines at most to attack. And it's also important, you notice I picked Marines for my opponents, Terran for my opponents, and the reason for that is because of their the general weakness of their first level infantry units. Obviously Zerg would have creep, so that makes it hard, so it's either Protoss or Terran. And I chose Terran because, as you see, Marines are not very strong individually. So what they'll often have to do is they can attack for a little while, but just a couple shots from a cannon will force them back. Whereas Zealots, even though they're a little more expensive, because the computer can get them out fairly quickly regardless, they're actually able to take a longer beating and they do more damage to the towers. But you can probably make it work against Protoss. Anyway, as you saw there, they will attack your towers and even your pylons. One thing you can do is try to mess with the AI to basically force an attack on a particular building and cancel it right away as soon as it's about to die. That'll give you your minerals back, of course. But often they will run away, so the key thing here is to experiment a little bit with your positioning. It's really the initial pylons plus those opening cannons that determine your success. And the goal here is to get cannons within range of the command center, because the AI will basically force a GG once you get enough cannons within range, and it feels like it can't compete, even though it could obviously expand elsewhere and probably win. And that's really it for the 2 versus 1. Thanks for watching.